Since all kinds of Fortnite YouTubers and actually just Fortnite OGs who have returned to the game are making all kinds of theories about how we're getting to Chapter 5 and what the storyline is right now. So I think I should put my theory on the table, or at least some research that I've done, and this is the fact that we did not go back in time. We rather went to another universe. You can call me crazy, but by the time we're at the end of this video, I better have you on my side, or have you at least agree with certain things upon my opinion. Since I'm a YouTuber, I'm pretty sure I just have to save the best thing for last, so let's start out with minor things and build up. My first thing to talk about is Fatal Fields. My first ever drop spot. I love this place. I know it like it's my actual hometown. Fatal Fields has a house and a barn for the two main buildings. But in this chapter, or this season, we only have two barns and no house. And it's not only POIs that are different, it's also kind of small stories on the map. This is the Teddy Bear and Gnome War. If you know, there are some quests going around where you have to find gnomes. Now, back in Chapter 1, the gnomes and the teddy bears were in an all-out war. I mean, this was the Fortnite war. Forget Chapter 3, Season 2. This was the real war. In Chapter 2, they finally had a peace treaty where they were now friends and you could find them together. In this season, there's no fighting. They're friends. Now, of course, some of you would say maybe they're on the Chapter 4 island. Or maybe the time machine took an extra stop in Chapter 2 and took them. No, there was no sign of them in Chapter 4, and we know that the time machine came from Chapter 4 and went immediately back to Chapter 1. I'm going to call it an alternate Chapter 1. Now, those are my minor reasons to why this is an alternate reality Chapter 1. So if you're already agreeing with me, prepare yourselves. From going to Dusty Divot, you can see that the visitor, he never visited or landed on the Chapter 1 island. This means that there was no rift in the sky and that his rocket never got hijacked. This also means that Kevin the Cube never came to the island. And then this is when the leaks come in and make it even better of a theory. If you remember from the meteor, it hit Dusty Depot and made Dusty Divot. It also hit a couple extra things such as the motel sign. Now, if you look at this map, you can find the motel sign with a meteor strike in it, and, well, Dusty Divot is here. There are leaks surrounding in the files saying that the meteor is returning. That means that there is a second meteor, unlike our Chapter 1, where there's only one. And since we're on the topic of leaks, it is said that Neo Tilted should not be returning, meaning no mech and no singularity, and the jungle isn't returning. If you are familiar with the jungle, the volcano erupted and destroyed Tilted and Retail Row. There are leaks in the files saying that they are going to celebrate for, well, surviving. This puts another key point out there. The key point isn't that Tilted and Retail survived, even though that's a good reason. It's that it connects to, well, one of the newer updates. It is leaked that the snow biome will return, but a lot smaller, with the Devourer. When I first found out about the Devourer having files, I thought that he would just simply run around the map and destroy it, or just take a nice swim in the water. Well, there's no actual files out there of the Devourer moving. So what if it never hatches and never unleashes? This leads to yet another example of why we're in a different universe. Those are all my reasons on how we're in an alternate reality Chapter 1. And it actually looks like they would have been peaceful if it wasn't for us. The gnomes and the teddy bears never had a war. Kevin the Cube never destroyed Loot Lake. Tilted Towers and Retail Row never got destroyed to the volcano. And the Devourer never hatched. With no catastrophic events, this means that the 0 point never cracked and the black hole never happened. This island would have seen years upon years upon years. and I think we're the reason why it's going to be cut short. Jonesy at the moment is in Pleasant Park with a truck and the time machine. He is trying to move it over to Dusty Divot to strap it on a rocket and bring us back or bring us to Chapter 5. He is going to make 2 pit stops on the way there, conveniently one of them being Loot Lake, while he has a time machine on his hands. Their in-game files showing Loot Lake get abducted by Kevin the Cube as the 0 point gets exposed, and it should slowly crack open, bringing us back to the black hole again. This means that Kevin will succeed in his mission. We have doomed this island. Now, unless Jonesy or Sloan decides to do something about this, yeah, this island's gone. But hey, look on the positive side. If this map explodes, maybe all the OGs might quit Fortnite, but we'll be in a new chapter, might have new collaborations, amazing new guns, a whole bunch of new POIs. If that's what we're getting, I'm all in letting this alternate universe explode. And you might be wondering, how would a time machine bring us to another universe? Well, the truth is, I don't know.